Welcome to Joff Desk. If you believe the First Lady brings real strength to her role as a film enthusiast, please take a second to subscribe. To begin, let me offer sincere congratulations to Melania Trump, our elegant and poised First Lady, on the launch of her new documentary. It is now showing in theaters, and from what I understand, it is drawing strong interest. The film offers a genuine glimpse into her character away from the spotlight. She clearly holds meaningful sway with the president. When it comes to the Epstein documents, efforts to sidestep or downplay the issue reach from the highest levels downward. Some voices dismiss any discussion outright. One claim circulating today is entirely without foundation. No meetings are happening to address the Epstein matter, and the person who suggested otherwise should rely on more reliable information. In short, the entire story amounts to fiction. Down the chain, similar attitudes persist. One figure urged everyone not to overreact. Why stir things up over something as grave as offenses against children? That kind of casual phrasing is hard to accept. It crosses a line. That particular soundbite stands out as one of the most striking so far this year. I have always appreciated Lee McGowan's delivery, and whenever an opportunity arises to highlight it, we will. The group of Republican figures tasked with defending the president against scrutiny over his connections to what may rank among the darkest, most secretive networks of wrongdoing imaginable has been quite active. As one observer put it plainly, here we stand. The central defender, someone who has served as the president's lawyer, appeared before Congress, and now holds a senior position in the Justice Department, appeared on This Week Today to push the official position further. For example, he pointed out that right now the nation is focused on constructing the largest and most advanced naval vessels anywhere, yet reporters keep pressing him on Jeffrey Epstein. He suggested the matter had long been settled. He noted that more than 100,000 pages of records had already been turned over. One detail troubles me, though. Earlier, he called the whole affair a fabrication. If that is the case, why the continued questions about honesty? Our key revelation today comes straight from Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche during that interview this morning. To set the stage, we first turned to a separate, eye-opening conversation we located between Steve Bannon and the late Jeffrey Epstein. Let me ask you directly and honestly, did it ever truly sink in how far things had fallen, that you were making a collect call from inside a small jail cell, roughly 6 feet by 9, sleeping on a metal frame, with meals slid through a narrow opening? Did you ever pause to reflect on how you arrived at that point? No, because that would require too much self-reflection. You are saying that even in those moments, no thought crossed your mind about the choices that led here. Sitting in that confined space when you could have been handling trades on a desk or living in your extraordinary multi-million-dollar New York residence, fielding calls from global leaders like the Saudi king, the Chinese president, the Russian head of state, or the American president, all working to avert a worldwide economic collapse. You truly expect us to accept that such a realization never occurred? You are implying I felt some regret or wondered how events turned against me. I am not using the word regret. I am asking about a single instant of clarity. How did I allow myself to reach this place? No, I would only think how unusual that this has occurred. Simply unusual. Do you see yourself as the embodiment of evil? No, though I do possess a clear sense of self. This is a straightforward question. Do you view yourself as the devil? No, the devil frightens me. Satan ranks as perhaps the highest or second highest among angels. His fall came because he refused to accept second place. He chose to lead a revolt. His stance was that ruling in hell was preferable to serving in heaven. I recall that line from a film called American Dharma. I cannot recall the exact speaker. We need to move on. All right, okay, you brought this on yourself. Here is our main segment of the day. It arrives from This Week on ABC this morning, when Todd Blanche, whose reaction to the possibility of the president facing direct exposure seemed to unsettle him, faced direct questions. Thank you for that setup. Now, with this particularly charged statement, and rest assured it will not hold up, we are joined by Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Mr. Blanche, thank you for being here this morning. As you are aware, the materials made public on Friday have prompted a strong reply from individuals who survived Jeffrey Epstein's abuse. Let me share their statement now. It reads, "Survivors see their names and personal details revealed, while those who harmed us stay shielded and unnamed. This is unacceptable. The Justice Department should not declare the release process complete until all required files are disclosed and every individual responsible for abuse or facilitation is fully identified. Will additional documents come forward? First, let me stress that we went to considerable lengths, as I outlined on Friday, to safeguard victims' identities. We examined roughly 3.5 million pages of material released that day. Whenever a survivor or their attorney contacts us to report an improper disclosure of a name, we correct it without delay. To give perspective, these instances involve about 0.0001% of the total content. We anticipated that with such a massive volume under review, occasional errors might occur. I mentioned that possibility on Friday. Our team is actively addressing each case, and that process will go on. Are further releases planned? A limited set of documents remains pending, as I noted on Friday. One's held back due to a court protective order until a judge approves their release. Beyond that, the comprehensive review has concluded. We went through more than 6 million pages, along with thousands of videos and tens of thousands of images, fulfilling what the law demanded. Again, the suggestion persists that this is all manufactured. It is often said that coincidences are rare in life. If that holds, we close with another sobering moment from the earlier conversation between Jeffrey Epstein and Steve Bannon. Two figures who seem remarkably aligned. This exchange carries an eerie sense of what lay ahead for him. Please like the video, share it with others, and above all, stay safe. The real question remains, who received the second call? Who was on the other line? It went to my contact at JP Morgan. At that moment, I was unaware he was involved in efforts to acquire Bear Stearns. For a time, I held two receivers. It was awkward because officials worry about inmates using cords to harm themselves, so the phones stay separate and quite short. I ended up switching between them, speaking with Bear Stearns and JP Morgan simultaneously. This video carries the title, "Trump's Day was wrecked when an Epstein bomb exploded from within his own camp."